am I not willing to spend the $10 on a gym membership? Because if I'm not all in. Am I really all in on my self-improvement, my personal development? I'm not willing to spend $9.99 for an Audible subscription when I'll spend that at the movies.
You're not really fulfilled, but you're not in enough pain to do anything about it. You're comfortable. You're in the comfort zone. Nothing grows on the fence. Jump off the fence, take a risk.
Next Level Nation, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode, number 850, How Do I Stay Resilient During Challenges, last week's live Q&A. Today, for episode number 851, we have a powerful question for you to ask yourself. Are you actually all in? So saying all in feels and sounds sexy. It's a very, very sexy phrase, but it's much more difficult when it comes to actually practicing it. I was on a call the other day with somebody who booked a call with me to help her understand the process of sales, which was awesome. That was an awesome call, and I enjoyed that very much. Who knew in the very beginning I would be doing calls about sales? Did not expect that. But during the call, we were talking about her financial situation. And I said, how bad is it? Because she said, like, right now I'm burning money. And I said, how much money are you burning? And she said, a couple $1,000s a month I'm losing at this point. This is how all in she is. She, although is losing money, has invested in one-on-one coaching, group coaching, other coaching to help her figure out her brand and her coaching. And this is somebody who is always learning, reading books, in the right rooms, in the right groups, looking in the mirror. I know that at the beginning of this journey, Alan and I were recklessly all in. I was on a podcast yesterday and he said, Kev, you didn't make any money after you left your job for a couple of years. How did you survive? And I said, I'll be fully transparent. Number one, I had $10,000 saved up in the bank. Number two, I put myself into $35,000 of credit card debt. Now, that is reckless, yes, but that just signifies the level of all-inness that I had and I still have to this day. So today, look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, am I really all in on my fitness goals? Am I not willing to spend the $10 on a gym membership? Because if I'm not all in. Am I really all in on my self-improvement, my personal development? I'm not willing to spend $9.99 for an Audible subscription when I'll spend that at the movies. Ask yourself that. Am I really all in my relationship? Am I willing to have the difficult conversations that suck, but I know they will be better after all, after we have that conversation? Really ask yourself those questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, how all in are you? And be honest. Be very brutally honest with yourself.
Kev, when you coach people, what are some of the indicators of like, oh, wow, you think they're going to win? So one thing, just to provide context, in the stock market, when you invest in a company, you're basically saying, I want a piece of this company because when this company succeeds like I believe it will, I will get a return on my investment. And I often ask my clients this question. I ask Emilia this question. I ask Kevin this question. If you could invest in a human being, who would you invest in? And what that does is that actually tells you how much you believe in their success. So Kev, my question for you, brother, when you meet someone or you're coaching someone like this person you mentioned, how do you, what are the indicators that they're going to be successful in terms of this all-inness?
I would say, number one, and you'll understand why I say this, how quickly somebody takes a thought and makes it a real thing. So if I'm on the phone with somebody and I say, hey, you should really start sending videos to your followers, and then they send me a message, a screenshot of, hey, I did that. That right there, the fact that you're able to take something and put it into practice so quickly, that is a dead sign of somebody who's going to be a winner, in my opinion, because I know that's difficult to do. And then I would say the number two thing is how quickly do they pump the brakes when they get overwhelmed? So you know me in the past, you would say like, hey, we have to start doing this. We have to do better. We have to do more. And my protector would come up and I'd say, I can't do that. I can't do more. I would start making excuses of why I couldn't do it. That, as you practice more and more, that protector goes down and you realize this is the key to growth. So dependent on how quickly people pump the brakes when they start to get overwhelmed. I think those two things. What about you? What do you look for?
The first thing I look for is all in. Is this person all in? Is this person, and I call it an X factor, and everyone has the X factor to a certain extent, and you can call it relentlessness too. So, for example, I don't care what industry, I don't care what idea, I don't care what circumstance. My girlfriend Emilia, I'll use her as an example. You can take away everything she owns. You can take away all of her resources. You can take away all of her network. You can take away all of her social media. And you can drop her in any city, and she'll find a way to succeed. She is one of those people who is so resourceful and so all in on her own personal development that she's always going to find a way to win, and she's always found a way to win in everything that she's put her heart into. It's the X factor is it's almost like you can't do something half-ass. You can't. It's like if you're going to do it, you're going to do it to the very absolute best you possibly can. It's an obsession. When I have a workout that I didn't give everything I had, I don't feel good about it. That's the X factor. You feel bad when you're squandering your gifts and when you're not maximizing your potential. That's the one thing that I look for. And I think that in the context of are you actually all in this episode, do you feel like you are all in on maximizing your potential? That's the question that I want to ask everybody. I have a client, her name's Laura, and huge shout out to her. She wouldn't mind me telling the story, so I'm happy to say her name, just first name. But she was working at a job for a really long time, and she wasn't thrilled about her job, but she didn't necessarily dislike her job. She was kind of cruising. She's been doing a ton of personal development. She did group coaching, and then she eventually did one-on-one coaching with me. She's coming up on her ninth month straight doing peak performance tracking, and we were looking at her numbers, and she's unbelievably consistent. And her job came to her about a month ago and said, okay, we're going to change you over here. And apparently it's really challenging in hospitals in Spain right now with COVID and everything going on. And she said the old me would have taken that job in a heartbeat. And the new me was like, that's not aligned for me. I don't want to do that. So she quit. She's now committed to starting her own business. She's going to start a massage therapy business in southern Spain. And she's all in. She's like, I have at least a year's worth of funds to hold me over. So she's got a good nest egg. And that's really good for any early entrepreneur, by the way. But she's like, I'm doing this thing. She said to me 2 days ago, I believe, she said 2022 is going to be the year that makes or breaks everything. And I said, it's going to make, not break. So you're going to do this thing.
Hello, my name is Eddie Pinero. I'm the founder of Your World Within, and I wanted to take a second and just express how valuable working with Alan has been, both personally and professionally. I think his ability to help me create clarity and maintain focus on my big picture goals has been huge. But also, and this is just as important, you know, he's been a huge asset with the roadmap as well. The day-to-day things, the little things that we sometimes overlook. And those two things in tandem have been a huge lift and just a tremendous return on investment. And I think anyone looking to, grow themselves, grow a business or both, would truly benefit from having Alan as an ally along the way. Again, great mind, but more importantly, solid dude.
The lesson here from Laura, from this person Kevin was talking about, is you have to take some risk. You know, Kevin with $10,000, quitting his job, going into credit card debt. You know, the person Kevin was talking about, you know, investing money in her own personal development and in group coaching and in one-on-one coaching when she isn't certain that she's going to succeed, but she knows she's going to find a way. Me quitting my well over six-figure job when I was 26, going all in on my dream, knowing that I'll do whatever it takes to succeed. And again, saying I'll do whatever it takes isn't the same as actually doing whatever it takes. Kevin and I had a funny joke recently where we were trying to fill group 5, and I think you said something along the lines of it's awesome having a business partner like you because like I think you'd rather die than not fill group 5. And it feels that way sometimes, right? But that's what all in looks like. We're not just saying it. We're up at 2:30 a.m. when we shouldn't be up sending messages to make sure that group 5 fills so that the people who signed up actually get all the team members they need and that we actually keep the promises that we've made to people and to ourselves. And so imagine right now if nothing changes, if you don't take any risks, whatever that next leap is. Maybe it's sending that DM to that person. Maybe it's joining group 6 in group coaching of like, I've always wanted a coach, but I'm too scared to spend the money or invest the money. Or, you know what, I want to do one-on-one coaching, but I'm not really sure. Take the risk. Nothing grows on the fence. You're not all in if you're on the fence. You're like, here's what on the fence feels like. You're not really fulfilled, but you're not in enough pain to do anything about it. You're comfortable. You're in the comfort zone. Nothing grows on the fence. Jump off the fence, take a risk, and also ask yourself, where am I going to be in 10, 20, 30 years if I don't take this risk? See, the real risk is huddling in a corner, scared to take any action. Here Kevin is now. We finally, 5 years later, are now actually making more money than we were when we first left our jobs. He was making 6 figures. I was making well beyond that. And we now finally have surpassed, after 5 years, the point where we're generating more revenue than we were back when we were 26 years old. Not a lot of people would be willing to eat that humble pie for the last 5 years. And so what is that thing that you need to do? What is that thing that you need to take a risk on? And what's holding you back from not taking that leap? Are you all in? That's the question. Are you all in? Are you all in really?
My Wi-Fi is jeffing. I can see that, but Alan and I now record our audio natively, so we're going to keep rolling. The video should catch up, so we should be just fine. Last thing for me, last thing before we go. Understand that when you're all in continues to change, and the opportunities that present themselves will continue to change, and you'll have to get that test over and over and over again. So if you're all in, another opportunity will present itself. And then the question is, how all in are you then? Do you continue chasing? Do you continue pushing? Or do you take that step back? Somebody invited me to a New Year's party this year, and I said, I have calls on Saturday. Like, I know it's a Friday night. I know it's New Year's. It's a holiday, but I have calls. I have clients who I have to show up for on Saturday who are also all in because they're showing up on a holiday, right? And that's the kind of business we want to run. That's the kind of men we want to be. That's the kind of podcast we want to be, the kind of influence that we're all in, so we can help you be all in on your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, your relationships, your health, wealth, life, and love. Tomorrow, for episode number 852, Strategy Saturday, Think Like an Investor. We're going to talk a little bit about money, a little bit about, well, a lot about money and other things. As you know, March 26th, very excited to announce this. In Worcester, Massachusetts, we are having our very first Next Level Live. So Alan and I have co-hosted several events in the past, but this is going to be our first one that we've done by ourselves. Our baby, Tori Aletto, is headlining. Eddie Pinero is speaking. Our good friend Bella Picard is going to be there as well speaking, and we have some other people that I don't know if everybody's locked down yet.
So it's looking like Lauren Johnson, Isabella Picard, Mark Metry,
Dr. Taryn,
Eddie Pinero, Dr. Taryn McCarthy, Tori Aletto, the one and only Kevin Palmieri. He's going to be speaking, and if that's not enough, I don't know what is. And then I'll be speaking as well. Full day, full immersion event, 8 speakers, 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon. It's from 8 to 5. It's a full day. You will leave this event with a full workbook ready to make 2022 a year like no other. Picture group coaching in person for a full 8 hours, all at once, with all people in a room, 100 people, only 100 people, by the way. We're only selling 100 tickets to this event, where every single person in that room is committed to getting to the next level. That's the one common core value that everyone's going to have. So it's going to be nothing short of life-changing. All the events that we've co-hosted in the past, I mean, that has really been a Mario Kart booster for so many of the speakers and the attendees in a way that I probably can't even articulate. So it's not as much money as you think. The landing page is coming soon. Please DM myself or Kevin. We're creating a list. We will reach out to you with the landing page the moment that it's done. So DM us, email us, reach out to us. It's all in the show notes. Reach out immediately if you want to get a ticket. The tickets are going to be $97 for regular admission, $147 for VIP, which means you'll be in the front row. And then we're selling $497, only 10 tickets at $497, where you'll actually have dinner. 5 tickets rather, I'm sorry, where you'll actually have dinner with all of the speakers.
You want to see Alan and I eat. It's your opportunity.
That's the way.
You know what I mean? I'd pay 3 times that to see.
And you'd get a vendor table as well.
Yes. Next Level Nation, as always, we love you, appreciate you, grateful for each and every one of you. Could not do this without you. We are very much looking forward to seeing you in person in March. As always, we do not have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow for Strategy Saturday.
Please reach out.
Bye.